Hi there, it's Kevin with Gathering Magic Armor with match number 4 with the Goblins. Yes, we'd like to play first. And this is a great hand. I think we have Krenko's Command, Mogg War Marshal, Goblin Rabblemaster. This is a nice little, what we do consider the go wide strategy. We have perfect 2 lands, which we want to see in an opening hand. This hand is very resilient to disruption. Very weak to pyroclasms. That's of course, any sort of pyroclasm type deck that runs Golgari Charms, pyroclasms. Those are rough. Ghost Quarters. It's going to be most likely Death and Taxes, which can be a bit rough, but we should be quick enough. So we'll go Mogg War Marshal. Pass. I guess just Dragon Fodder would be better than Mogg War Marshal because we could attack in. There's a Thalia. Thalia is very annoying. It puts us back an entire turn. Now I'm really wishing I would have. I'm not going to pay the Echo. Yeah, Thalia, the first strike with Thalia is rough. We need a Legion Loyalist. So here we have to pay 3 for a Dragon Fodder. And the Thalia just stonewalls us here. Shared Animosity is going to require another mana. Definitely not going to go Goblin Rabblemaster. See what he puts out. It's in the form of a 2-drop. But the Hordeling Outburst is absolutely nothing to us because Path Exiles are quite weak. And he's going to Ghost Quarter Mountain. Oh yes, I can't use the ability. So he's going to try to lock me out here of mana. And that actually worked. Wow, he shut me down. Could not draw another land in 3 draws. Get a land here, though. And this is looking pretty promising once we get a Lord. This should be like either Blade Splicer, Mind Sensor. Not worried about a Mind Sensor, is actually very weak versus us. We'll tag in the Mind Sensor. There's another mana. So Shared Animosity is pretty strong here. But I think we'll just do another Dragon Fodder. And then we'll do Shared Animosity next turn. And it should be lethal in a lot of different ways. He needs like Blade Splicers out. There's the Blade Splicer. Because now he's double first strikers. Legion Loyalist would be a really good draw too. And absolutely let this Golem go through. Because we have a Shared Animosity next turn. And swing in. So unless he's got another Blade Splicer, we should be good. Because he just needs blockers out. But they're all getting +9, or they're going to be 9/9s. And he could have 5 blockers. So yeah, I think this is just lethal. Unless he's got a way to deal with my Shared Animosity. Well, he's going to show me, anyway. Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp actually gets rid of one of my goblins. Okay, it gets rid of my Shared Animosity. So we won't. He should have done that earlier. So now, because then if one I would have attacked in. Oh, no, because he needed to do it before. So we have to wait till next turn. We gets to keep everything back. And swing in. Still surprised he's attacking in. He must have another Flicker Wisp. Oh, we're going to take it. Yeah, it's got to be another Flicker Wisp or Restoration Angel under the Aether Vial at 4? I'm surprised he's running Restos in this. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably Restoration Angel for Flicker Wisp, and we're just going to get locked out. All right, so he's pathing. And I'm not going to use it. We're just going to go to attack. See if he's got the Restoration Angel. And it looks like he does. So he's going to Resto for the Flicker Wisp. And that's game. All right, so Death and Taxes kind of locks us out for what we're doing. Thalia, turn 2 Thalia was pretty rough. We could bring in Lightning Bolts. I think we do want Searing Bloods and Lightning Bolts and things like Forked Bolts are really good in this one. Just to mess with what he's trying to do. So the cards that are kind of weak, I still do like Shared Animosity, but I'm not sure it's necessary. I think it's a lot of these like higher end cards. The Rabblemaster probably needs to go. I don't like it in this deck, making things attack. Probably some amount of the Dragon Fodders are quite weak. And I think actually Hordeling Outburst. We'll get rid of just 2 of each of those, just to bring in. So Core Firewalker is most likely going to come in for our opponent, which is going to be very, very rough. But Fork Bolt can split 2 damage, and Searing Bloods are also good. He should have ample hate for this deck. So yes, we'd like to play first. We have a Lightning Bolt, a Bushwhacker, Shared Animosity. Unfortunately, I think though this is going to be a mulligan. Well, everything's 2. No, we have to mulligan this for... Yeah, we have 3 lands here. This is kind of worse, but at the same time, we'll put a Legion Loyalist on top. Pass turn. He's snap kept his hand, so he's loving what he's got. First turn Vial again, most likely. Yep. All right, that's going to be rough. Unfortunately, this is Legion Loyalist. And I think we're just going to be too slow before our opponent gets really going. Thalia could come out again. Nope. Play on our opponent's part. I wonder if he's got any 1-drops. So we'll Chieftain. And next turn we can double Bushwhack. But I still don't think this is going to be enough. He'll probably Path to Exile the Chieftain. And there goes the Chieftain. He's got 2. He missed the land drop, though. Now he's got the Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter's kind of weak now, but he could go Thalia and something else. So there's Thalia. But he doesn't... Yeah, we'll punish Thalia here. Wonder why he didn't prevent that. I just realized that's a legendary creature. I do believe I'm going to kick this. I hate doing this with a Bushwhacker, but we drew too many lands. He's down in 11. He starts having like the Flicker Wisp and Blade Splicers now, though, is the problem. He can actually bring in a Blade Splicer. Shared Animosity is quite weird. But I'm gonna kick the Bushwhacker. And then Shared Animosity. There's no way he doesn't have something under the vial. I can't attack into a Blade Splicer. I just get... Well, if he has it, he has it. He's got to have a Blade Splicer. Yep. So the double path. And unfortunately, we cut a bunch of like the Hordeling Outbursts. Oh, it's a Moran Crusader. Yeah, it's still good. Well, we're taking 4 here. And Mark of Asylum shuts down any sort of bolt strategy from here on out. That's not good. Well, I think we have to start going for it now. And we're probably going to get punished by a Blade Splicer. Another Moran Crusader. Wow. So he's down to a 9. I really don't think there's anything I can draw. We're on a 2-turn clock for the Moran Crusaders. Yeah, okay, lands. That is game. So, again, I feel confident about this matchup. This is rough when they go first turn Aether Vial. If not, I think excuse me, I think our cards will can easily overrun this type of deck. That Thalia first game was very, very rough for us to deal with. The double Path to Exile was also extremely rough. And the only 2 lands, both games, just having the 2 lands in the vial. So much advantage, card advantage. Anyway, this has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. We'll go to the wrap-up video. Thanks for watching. Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with the wrap-up video with this week's episode of Playing on a Budget. Didn't perform very well. We did run into some very, very decks that are hard to beat. The Bogles deck is very annoying. The Death and Taxes deck can definitely go toe-to-toe with us. But the Ad Nauseam should be quite an easy matchup, and we did beat the hard matchup of Eldrazi pretty spectacularly. So I'm not quite sure about the numbers here. I think we're a little bit top heavy. I think we want to go up to 21 lands for sure, because we never want to get stuck not being able to cast something. So I'm thinking about cutting down maybe a Bushwhacker for another land would be the right play. Still loving the Hordeling Outburst and the Quest for the Goblin Lord. The Shared Animosity actually seemed very, very good. I could definitely see the potential of going up in the Shared Animosities, as just even a Shared Animosity off of like a Hordeling Outburst is a lot of damage. It's an extra 9 damage off 1 card. But Bushwhacker seemed very rough to surge without having a ton of 1-drops. And I actually think that would be the cut. Just two Bushwhackers and then throw in another land. And that would give us 6 Bushwhackers. Even though they're still extremely good though on turn 4. So it just takes some more testing. And the sideboard's probably where we need the most help with. I don't know if it'd be more Skullcracks to avoid that life gain or like a lane line of punishment. But all in all, I don't think that the deck's going to have... It's going to probably be more susceptible to hate than the regular goblins, because you can get in there with the early damage with like Goblin, the Pile Drivers and the Legion Loyalists and the Goblin Guides, and get in there for that quick burst of damage, and then the Goblin Grenades and Lightning Bolts can follow up and then take some of those matchups. So this go wide, I think is probably not the right direction to go with Goblins. It's fun though. And it can do some very spectacular things, especially the first turn quest for the Goblin Lord, giving everything +2/+0. But it still seems to me a lot weaker than the other version we ran. And for that reason, I think that you should just stick to, the good old classic Goblin Grenade version. I'm still interested in anything else that you could put in this deck. Maybe I don't think Goblin Lord is the right line of play in this deck either. I think that Goblin Lord, just the other +1/+1, you can get better benefits out of Shared Animosity and Quest for the Goblin Lord. But Goblin Lord is a creature itself, so it does, add some, especially with another way giving it haste through the Goblin Chieftain. It's another thing that can actually swing in for some damage. Whereas, like, if you start top decking late game Quest for the Goblin Lords and the Shared Animosities, and you have basically a board that is not active, then I think that, yeah, do you know what? I think the card that we're missing here is Mutavault. I think we need Mutavaults, and I'd run a full play set of Mutavaults. Yeah, I think that's the right play. And that adds another goblin for both the Goblin Bushwhackers, just to push in that late damage. This is 4 damage to the Quest for the Goblin Lord. Shared Animosity can pump something else up. So this is what I do. I'd go to 21 lands, cut a Bushwhacker, and then cut some... Yeah, there we go. I think that's the version I'd run. And just 7 Bushwhackers. I think that's what we want to run. And that gives us a little bit more of the late game push through. This is a Goblin, it pushes up the Goblin Rabblemaster. And the reason I think I like Goblin Rabblemaster in this deck better than the Pile Driver is just that it comes out kind of the same turn that, like, it's getting more value in my opinion. Every time I've played with Goblin Pile Driver, it's been quite weird. Pile Driver could easily go in the sideboard, though, against uninteractive decks. And maybe that's how we'd want to do that, is throw some Pile Drivers in the sideboard. But it's really, really hard. You want Smash for Ensnaring Bridge for sure, because we can't push through Ensnaring Bridge. And I think we do want some amount of Fork Bolts, Searing Bloods, and Bullets. Maybe instead of just the Dragon's Claw, but this Dragon's Claw that pushes us over the edge versus Burn. Pile Driver could replace like one of these Krenko's commands, but I think that the Krenko's command and War Marshal is the reason why we're running the Quest for the Goblin Lord. So I'm still not a fan of trying to fit in the Pile Driver if it's at least main board. I think it's more of a sideboard option. So I mean, maybe cut a Lightning Bolt and add 1 Dragon Claw, and we can put in some Pile Drivers in the sideboard. And they can come in versus decks that just can't deal with them. That's my best bet. Or we could even cut a Smash Smithereens and go back up a Lightning Bolt count. But I hope you enjoyed the deck nonetheless, and it didn't perform as well as I hoped. I'm going to be playing one of these on my own channel on Saturday or Sunday, so you can see how we finish. We have one more match in the league, and it won't be this version. It'll still be the version that we submitted when we joined the league. Anyways, still these are cool cards. Love the Shared Animosity and the Quest for the Goblin Lord. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.